we used to walk up to Anfield under Arsene Wenger and get thumped 2, 3, 4, 1.
Good time. Good
What
time.
was the point of all of that? Everybody's enjoying this thing. Nobody now is happy when they. Man, I don't even want to start going on the rant right now. All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Football Rambler podcast. I've got another guest with me today. Some of you must have seen him on our socials. I'm going to still let him introduce himself because it's not everybody that sees us here. All right, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Martin. You call me Tino.
Tino, we had a discussion last time. We talked about Liverpool Arsenal.
Yeah.
You won this discussion. For those who don't know, Tino is a Liverpool fan.
Yes, you know, walk alone.
We had a quick one about the game. He was right. They won. What did you think about the game?
First of all, as the game was progressing, I never really felt under pressure because first of all, it was Martinelli. Martinelli can't play shit. Then on the other side, it was Madueke, who Madueke is like, I say a 6/10. So I was not. So the first half wasn't ours, but I never really felt under pressure because we had penalties. So there was not really any need to worry. And against Madueke, Keke did very, very, very well.
He did very well.
Yes, he was combative. He was very combative. That shot he tried to take, Keke blocked like 2 times. So there was he kept trying to cut in and shoot, and he didn't get that chance. He kept going to corner. You guys kept trying to buy corner. You guys are a fraudulent team. Corner, inshallah. How you guys are? Just
because we lost. So I don't really have mouth in this case.
You guys don't have mouth for anything with last 5 years.
In this game, let's not go 5 years. In this game, anybody could have won. Nobody was supposed to lose, and most likely both teams were happy with the draw. It was not like you guys played any fantastic something.
Hold on. The first half was yours.
Towards
the second half, we said into gear.
Okay.
Like now, we're trying to pick better passes.
Okay.
When Curtis Jones came on, the spacing in midfield was better, and we started playing you guys. Then the goal now came. Even if we had not scored that goal at that point, we would have still scored that goal. But one thing I dislike Arsenal's football. I can't lie. It's annoys me because why are you playing 4 CBs? Don't you like what's the reason? Play football.
Why are you playing 4 CBs? Why this? Why that? So let me just be upfront with you now. Timber is not a CB.
Wallahi, Timber.
Calafiori doesn't. Because I can do something doesn't mean that's what I am.
Timber, Calafiori are utility players. If anything happens to
Calafiori, does not. He looks like a centre half, but he plays like a winger.
Let's start against Salah. Salah against Calafiori. Calafiori physically hassled him the whole match, physically dominated him. And Salah is kind of person where if you are physically good, he struggles against you. 2-3
years ago, nobody was going to say they were physically dominating Salah.
Yeah,
Salah is getting old. So how is that my fault that Salah is getting old?
But you guys have it's haram, but slightly
it's not haram. It's not haram football. When we used to walk up to Anfield under Arsene Wenger and get thumped 2, 3, 4, 1.
Good time.
What was the point of all of that? Everybody's enjoying this thing. Nobody now is happy when they. Man, I don't even want to start going on the rant right now. But I know the days where we go to Anfield and we were scared. I don't go to Anfield now and have a problem. We went to Anfield. I was unbothered because in the grand scheme of things, losing at Anfield is not the worst thing.
Yeah, not the worst thing.
Do you know how many times Pep came to Anfield and won in the league? Once. Do you know he met Liverpool in the Champions League? Does anybody remember that season? They were flying.
Yeah.
Liverpool still dumped them out of the Champions League at Anfield.
They came and met us. It's crazy.
So why is everybody coming at Mikel? For what? They're like, he's playing negative football. I'm like, I didn't see Liverpool playing any progressive football either.
Oh.
2 good teams respected themselves and were like, I'm not going to blink first because I know what the other person could do. Yes, if you compare it to the Klopp and Pep ball, you know when they play 3-2, they play 4-2. Pep didn't mind, right? But to Pep's credit, Pep had a team that mentally did not have scars when they go to Anfield. So if you're going to take a team, right? And I've liked what Mikel has done with the team. if you're going to take a team that doesn't have mental scars, you lose 4-2. You tell them, great game, we played, it was fun. When you have scars at a place because they give you 6-1, they give you 5-1, you don't go there and play open football because you're just going to stress your team the more. And that's what Mikel has done. All of the places we used to go to, and they used to give us a hell of a time. Go to Old Trafford, you could not play, could not do anything. Go to the Etihad, could not do anything. Go to Anfield, could not do anything. Go to Stamford Bridge, could not do anything. Now we go there, we rock up, and they're like, "You playing for a game?" It's not the biggest stress to me.
Like Ben 10 when you ultimate Newcastle now. Bam! That's what I think you guys are. I feel like one thing I like now, your midfield is better now. And why was it better? Odegaard didn't play. That's my personal opinion.
This guy is just the biggest.
Odegaard knows sabi ball. Like he's just not good enough for me. Odegaard is side pass and when Odegaard gets a counter, this guy does a pirouette, he spins around without just trading a true pass. He's not that guy. Maybe he was that guy. I think I should say that.
I'll ask you a question. Who is he going to give the true pass to? Yeah. Is it Saka coming towards the ball? Is it Havertz coming towards the ball? Or is it Martinelli that
what's his role? Who's your prime playmaker?
My prime playmaker, how do you play make when half of the team is more gravitating towards the ball? Who do you put the true pass to? When your first instinct is come towards the ball, who do you make the true pass to?
There's a system issue for me.
It's not a system issue.
I don't think that guy is what.
So now we take out Havertz.
Okay, wait.
And your first player now in front of him is Gyökeres.
Yeah.
Those passes, just watch this team go. Those passes start coming.
Gyökeres is a classic striker. Give him, he'll chase the ball. He needs something to work with. Against us, one guy made him ordinary because he couldn't see the ball to do anything. 1,
no Odegaard. 2, no Saka.
Hold on.
3, Martinelli doing what Martinelli does.
Declan Rice is not that bad. So is Merino.
That game was most likely going to end 0-0.
No.
It was. No matter how you put it.
I'll tell you one thing here.
That free kick
from the 65th minute when Curtis Jones and the rest came on around that time.
Yeah.
The game swung in our favor. I posted it like 10 before we scored. I smelled a goal. And it came. A player scored a 1 in 10 chance goal. What did he score?
If you check the XG on that goal, it's 0.2 or 3. I'm not holding that. That's why we lost the game. You see me, I was like, somebody scored a free kick against me. I'm going to hold my hand. Yeah. That's a really good goal.
Yeah. Very good goal.
But very good. I'm not kidding there. But if not that game was on course for a 0-0.
Yeah.
That would have been a Mikel Arteta masterclass because everybody knows the fixture we have.
Masterclass for draw, bro. Look at this. Look at the state of it. Take a touch, my bro.
Excuse me. If you go invincible in a season, not that I was saying we're going to go invincible, but if you go invincible in a season, don't they count the draws as points? So what are you saying, masterclass? Masterclass is supposed to be really too. How many times did the best manager in the Premier League? How many times did he win at Anfield? 1.
First of all.
1. So why are you saying
Anfield is a different beast, bro? At the cup end, if you're playing against, they will kill you.
Okay, I understand you're a Liverpool fan. So you wanted to kill us. You want to always win 3-0 at home. That's for you.
Yeah.
But how are we the bad guys in this? Because we came, and it wasn't like we totally came for a draw. The game plan was stay in the game for, and I've been shouting anyway. Let me bring it down a little bit. Stay in the game.
I'll shout if my team was not good too.
Sure. Stay in the game for the first half. Turns out we even played a lot better in the first half, controlled the game. But then there's no one for those killer passes. Though Madueke, I was super impressed with him.
He had a good game, but Kekes patched him man for man.
He made Kekes uncomfortable. A lot of the time I said, if Saka was there, that's a goal. But I'm not going to ref on none of this. You guys won your match. Yeah?
I like that.
Kudos to you.
Mm.
Does it mean Liverpool are going to win the league?
We can't
No,
say it's too early.
It's too early.
Yeah. For me now, if you want to win the league now, you have to beat the prospective top four in every beat them in tough matches. Like, okay, let's say now we 2 points against Newcastle, it's a difficult match. If you are beating Newcastle now, I'm beating you guys now. If you can do that against Spurs, can do that against Aston Villa. I think I've started badly, but they'll still catch up in the end.
I always
They're against the bigger team. I don't think any small team
winning the league played perfectly well against all of the top teams.
Yeah.
It's the smaller teams that give us trouble.
Odegaard no sabi anything. He no fit break lines. He's not good. Quote me anywhere. He's not good, bro. He's not good. You cannot compare Odegaard and Wills that just came now. The ball IQ is so much different.
What?
No, in that match, yeah, I'm very sure Florian Wirtz is a good player.
Christ.
In that match, yeah, there are 2 clean passes against Salah. But Salah's first touch let him down. If you was playing Salah, yeah, that ball is rifling in your net twice.
Oh God.
I'm very serious. I'm very serious.
Every time this guy brings up Vets,
He's a good player.
I don't hate on Vets. I think he's a good player.
Yeah.
But don't be bringing up somebody that just came to the league.
Bro, there's something in football called
padding.
Hold on. There's something in football called eye test, yeah? And
he has not passed the eye test.
Eye test for me, bro.
Here at Liverpool, he has not passed.
Do you know his first match was against Newcastle? Playing Jolinton, this man a bricklayers, and
Nigga didn't do anything against Arsenal. Nigga didn't do anything against Arsenal.
Well, you watch the second half,
guy.
That free, where did he gave the true pass to Coutinho? Where did he came from? He split your line. He didn't come to press him. See, I feel like this thing teams are doing to Florian Wirtz. They're trying to haze him. Oh, this guy is just coming. They're trying to haze him. They press him on the ball very well. No. It's the way they press Wirtz. And Wirtz, you need to understand what they want to do. So he just drops the ball quicker. That's where the free came from.
But that's the Premier League. You will not get as much time as you will have on the ball in any other league.
Yes.
Which is something he will get used to.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Vets is a bad player. I'm just saying when you're bringing up Vets and comparing him to Odegaard, don't bring Vets from the Bundesliga. If he was still in the Bundesliga, fine, bring Vets, put him compare. But he's in the Premier League now and he hasn't done jack all. So leave first.
Let me ask a question. Let's do a comparison now. Let me ask you. Do you think Pedri is a good player? Pedri is a good player. Let me ask you.
I think Pedri is a great player.
Does Pedri banging out of goals? Does he bang out of assists?
Pedri doesn't do a lot of that.
Yeah, but how do you see the effect in the midfield?
Tempo control. He does do. So there's a difference between getting the pass, the assist before the assist.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Pedri excels. A lot of people don't really care about those things, so they don't say Pedri is a good player.
Thank you.
I mean, Pedri picks up the ball in a lot of areas and moves, and he's hard to get off the ball. I think Pedri is a great player.
Thank you.
Now, if you're going to say Pedri and Vets are similar, that's where we're going to
Hold on. First of all, special awareness, Pedri 100. Vets is the same thing. 1. 2,
but that special awareness,
personal ability 2, he has it. First of all, first touch, dribbling is almost they're not the same profile, but the same things they do perfectly.
Okay,
it's like trying to say you've made it better than this guy, better than Gavin, but they're in the same position now, but you can't compare.
Okay,
you can't compare.
So
sorry,
I'm going to say something, and we are going to keep it here because we still have quite a few other things to talk about.
Men Mount,
Pedri, Vets, not the same player. Don't play the same position.
Definitely.
And even if they are in the same position, almost the same skill set, but that skill set and knowledge applies into different areas of the pitch. This special awareness is higher up the pitch, where there's less people pressing you.
Yeah.
Pedri's special awareness is in the middle of the pitch, where there's everybody pressing you. You see that complaint you had with Jolinton and Vets, right? Pedri doesn't have that same issue.
Bro.
Pedri doesn't have that same issue.
There's no way you have not met this man, bro.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Jolinton's like the horse.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I hate Jolinton as much as anybody.
Thank you.
But Pedri most likely doesn't have that same problem.
No, bro. No.
You know what they call chasing shadows?
I'm very much aware. But the Prem is built different.
Let's leave this discussion because it kind of still feeds to my points that
Prem
you
is
still
built
have
different.
less time on the ball and all
Yeah.
of this. That's why some players don't come to the Prem.
Bro, normal Tonali will give Pedri headache. Tonali, like
Again, sometimes, and that's why Newcastle are not yet there, and that's why Isaac left. See, that Tino will give you tough time. Give you tough time will only get you so far.
Okay. Now, why are you using Newcastle there? Let's divert. First of all, I don't think Gordon is good enough.
First of all,
to play. Gordon is okay, like 7 over 10.
First of all,
but they're in Europe now.
They were in Europe. They've been in Europe. They crash out every time they're in Europe. They are still going to crash out this time again. They don't have the quality there.
Thank you.
First of all, right? I don't think Eddie Howe is that good of a manager.
True.
One.
True.
Because there's a reason players keep dunking out. Sure, the club is run like a madhouse right now. But the reason why a lot of players are like, I'm not coming to Newcastle. Because they know, everybody knows themselves. The WhatsApp message. Hey bro, how far now? What's about this club? What's what? Like, nigga, if you see what we're doing in training, you won't want to be here. And that's all. I don't think Eddie Howe is that good of a manager. I think he's the best English manager in the league because, well, that's a whole other discussion for another day. But I don't think he's that good of a manager. I also think the way he has built his midfield is intentional, but it seems like it is also what is holding them back.
Yeah.
There's no real creativity in that team. There's energy, there's industry, there's guile, but that creativity is not there. No day.
Now bricklayers and fishermen, they ain't in.
I love watching this guy play. What's his name? The Brazilian Guimarães.
He's a good player.
He's a great player. I don't think he's like a killer passes, dropping.
Well, he has that already, but
he has it, but it's not. Often, see where his mindset is how am I going to, pardon my French, from this nigga up?
Yeah.
If that's how you're thinking for majority of the game,
and he's their captain, by the way,
and that's great. If we had him in our midfield, I don't think we sign a Declan Rice.
I don't think you need him because the Declan Rice is different.
No. You get there's like different apples for oranges, but like if we had him, I don't think we signed Declan Rice. Siba, Declan Rice is a different beast, but you get so they need creativity in that midfield. The way their defense is set up is eventually. If you throw money enough at a problem, eventually you solve it.
First of all, like Newcastle, I think for them, the transfer window didn't get most of their signings they wanted because the club is not in a good place. But I think the good sign they got Walter Miller, that's a first-class striker. He might not have the goals to back it up, but if they play the right kind of football that fits him, he'll bang goals.
So we're even into it now, which is very good. Baltamade. I have heard of him. I've seen the comps. I have never watched him play. Have you watched him play before?
A few times.
He's
not bad.
Properly, 90 minutes of football.
Yeah, he's not. I feel like for a big man, his footwork is very nice.
Yeah, but nowadays, that's no longer special anymore.
Fairs.
It kind of now looks like every big man, and that's kind of a trend that was growing at the time. Football is always trend. Every big man now looks like they can drop his shoulder and drop some bodies. Shout out to Laban for that. But I'm still in line.
We'll drop his shoulder again.
You can drop that. There are some players that are that good. Right? There are players now. But that's kind of how almost every big striker is. Isaac Haaland is the one that isn't in that moment.
Yeah, Haaland's clunky.
But hey, when Haaland was at Dortmund, he was dropping some shoulders.
Ekitike is big too.
Ekitike is like that. Sesko is like that. They're all 6 foot plus guys and they can turn their waist and move their legs. I'm like, hey, but the thing is now all of them are all quite rapid. Zlatan was doing all of this, but Zlatan never had that ton of pace.
He had the footwork.
He had the footwork and the power, but he didn't have that ton of pace. And he's like, So there's all these strikers in that mode. So there's nothing totally special about them. Now, what is your goal out?
But it's special because in a Prem where they have bigger, stronger defender, there's pressure on the striker.
Yeah.
Ability to control that pressure and use your feet. But there are times when, now, in that match, I'm not saying people that bounce his feet, But every time he tried to turn, Van Dijk was on him.
Yeah. Again,
Was on
okay,
him.
hold on.
Yeah.
Same applies to Ekitike. Every time he got the ball, Mosquera was up his ball.
Yeah, but he kept doing his passes. He didn't drop them.
Not all the time.
But he still did better. He still did better.
Not all the time. Not all the time.
Yes.
Not all the time.
Yes.
He semi did better than my guy because that's really not my guy's game. My guy is not big man with quick feet.
No.
My guy has quick feet, but it's all emotion. Everything he has to do it when he's in motion. Like he's going at you. Like that goal he scored against Leeds.
Yeah,
that's his typical goal.
Knowing that you have a kind of striker, won't you tweak your gameplay a little bit to fit the striker?
Man, he's not FIFA now.
No.
Okay, let's take it like this, right? There's a thing now. It's natural. Because of the way social media is, everything has become so short-term.
Yeah.
Right? Bro, it's not FIFA now. You're not controlling all. Even in FIFA, you don't control all 11 men.
Fair.
Right? You don't press a button and the guy makes a run when you want him to make the run. Right? All of these things will come with time.
Yeah.
Everybody has to learn. Remember now I was telling you, like, Odegaard doesn't do the true pass, and I was like, when you have Havertz coming towards the ball, you have Saka coming towards the ball, who are you going to make the true pass for? Is it Declan Rice?
Not first. Again,
right? The team will learn, which is why they bought him. The team will learn, and then as a consequence, everybody will change up their game.
Okay. Time for me, after that, the only new person in that side was probably Madueke and Gyökeres.
Is it?
This is his first match. He didn't play the full match, no?
Okay, yeah, in that match, yeah.
So I feel like with what Madueke could do and knowing Gyökeres' profile, I feel like you should have the discussion beforehand. I was more worried of Madueke's inside crosses because that he does.
Again, guy, it's all good to say it. It's all good to say a bunch of things to people. It's a lot different when you get on the field.
Yeah, first. Why I prefer my coach to your coach is very one simple thing. Substitutions in a match. It's what slot gets. Slot does not miss. I can predict the sub slot to make.
Man, your guy won the league, so there's no point.
Yeah,
there's no point saying
there's proof to back it up.
So if you do win the league, I don't think you'd prefer your manager to mine. You'd be like, this guy, I'm not sure about it, but he's won the league.
I wasn't sure at first because you're experimenting a lot.
Yes, but you won the league, right? But you didn't win anything else. You got knocked out.
It was margins
by the same team. This is the highest level of football. Everything is margins. Everything is you are telling me margins? Do you know where I've been for the last couple of years? Everything for me has been a margin of this and that. Yes. So that's football. That's the highest level of football. But kudos to your guy. He won the league. Me, I'm still here in the mire. Yeah. Teams that have not won this league are still dragging me. For some people still drag me for coming second. Like coming second is a bad thing. Do you know how successful you have? Do you know how many things have to go right for you to come second?
For us, I feel like we battled City the longest. So it was not easy. I understand the feeling.
Come on, I understand the feeling. This league has been battling this in 7 years. Klopp won one league. You guys came second so many goddamn times, but the only difference is that Klopp won a bunch of other things sprinkled around. I've not just had that luck. Again, I've also not, bought a guy for 30 or 40 million that just turned into a 50 goal a season striker.
You see the thing, Mo Salah, what has evolved this game for me is not even the goal scoring, it's the assisting.
His age now.
The assisting. He's no longer selfish with the ball, and everybody benefits. A younger Mo Salah, if you had passed the ball to Mane a few more times, would have won up City. Would have won a few more times. But see, I was not fan.
Even
Mane and Firmino played for the team. Salah wanted glory. And I'll tell you the truth.
Because all of these things were new to him. All of a sudden, he was the best player in the world. Mo Salah, if you've always been the best player, right? Playing for the team is not that hard. But when suddenly, all of a sudden, everything just clicks. Everything you touch turns to gold. You just stop remembering everybody else.
So mad. I remember the match that I think I was managing the breaking point. Was Salah had 2 guys on him, Mane was 3. A simple square ball. I screamed at my TV that day. I said, pass the damn ball. And when they saw Mane was kicking on red. I'm like,
angry.
I understand. I'm like, that was the breaking point.
Mo is in that situation where I'm sure it was a mental thing at one point. First, it was a mental thing, then it just became a part of him. He's like, if I don't score, if I start going through a drought, will I ever get back? Because I kid you not, this man was not this world beater he was when he was at Roma. So I'm sure at first he was thinking maybe this is a fluke, and the fluke just kept going.
Okay, see.
And then after some time, he was like, okay, this is how good I actually am.
Profiling important and team you play for. Let me know now. This guy in AC Milan, Leao. I think Leao is a world beater, but he's in the wrong team. If you bring Leao to my team,
you see that Leao, it's kind of like what Mo Salah.
Yeah.
He's just a player.
He doesn't have outplay. If you give Leao a serious coach and they put fire on his ass, bro, you start playing ball.
That's one player that I know. You know, whenever those players that always play with a smile on their face.
Yeah. They're enjoying the game because they know time.
He playing. Bro, always with a smile on his face. It's almost like Ronaldo.
There's nothing to say when you watch football and what's stuff back in Ronaldo. Do on that thing. So when you see Leao on the ball,
say do
on that thing now. You know you're
First question: who do you think won the transfer window? Obvious question. We all know who did anyway.
For us, I don't know how to explain to you the way to understand. I want to say my team,
but you don't want to say your team.
But other teams had very good windows. My team is okay, but other teams had like now in terms of quality. You know, between Isak and Ekiteke and Nunez goal scoring, yeah, and the film says something, but you cannot compare Jackson and João Pedro. It's light years. The ball Jackson, the João Pedro plays. You look at João Pedro and look Jackson, go to the farm. Go and cut the grass.
I think if we didn't have Kai Havertz, I think João Pedro is a Mikel Arteta signing.
He's a very good player.
He reminds me of Jesus when he first came to Arsenal.
Yes, that's the profile. Very good footwork.
Very good footwork. Hold on out wide, can dribble. I won't lie, Chelsea's window, not just because of how many players they sign all the time. To a Chelsea fan, they're not having a problem with that. See this Chelsea jersey at the back. These Chelsea jerseys are for sale. You know, enter our DMs. We're sponsored now. Anyway, I think Chelsea had a great window, but they signed a lot of players. So it turns some people off. But there's method to the madness.
Yeah.
Originally, there was no method to the madness. It was very scattergun. Yeah. But now that madness has started to focus and you can see what they are doing.
Yeah, the system now.
They still sign some players that you're like, I know what they are doing here. I saw someone post something when they signed Garnacho. It's so funny. How much did they sign him for? Like 50? Yeah. Somebody made a joke. It is most likely not going to happen, but it's also true because like Chelsea have signed Garnacho just so that Arsenal can pay 25 million more than what they paid for him to sign it.
Crazy. They're giving you guys back their scraps.
Thank God we did sign Nicholas Jackson. I would have, thrown this table and
thrown it. God, Jackson was so bad.
It's not like Jackson is a terrible player. No, he's not.
See, Jackson just scored because there's no other option. He has to score. Because Kopama and they're giving me easy.
No, it's not just that. You have to be in the right position to put those balls in the back.
When it comes to positioning, Nunez is better than when it comes to positioning.
Two of them are quite very similar, to be very honest with you. Jackson and what's his face? And Nunez are kind of very similar players. They missed a lot of chances.
But for me, there is no because everybody had a good window except Newcastle.
Even Newcastle in the end had a good window.
Yeah, fair.
They signed players that they needed. They signed the defender. Yeah, that's because there's so much money in the Prem that
you have money.
Eventually you will find somebody who
Southampton had a decent window, but we don't know how they'll play. And this guy,
did you say Southampton?
Yeah, we are talking about those guys that had signed the red guy.
Sunderland,
yeah.
I said Southampton.
I don't know. Someone look like to me and they're all just games.
Okay. Yeah, I get your point there. No, it's the problem, it's the money. Yeah. You find somebody that will come. I didn't think Xavi Simons was going to come to Spurs, but he waited for Chelsea and Chelsea did not.
If Chelsea had got Xavi Simons, they'll be like top 2 contenders for the league. That's how much I rate Simons. I think when team went to Spurs, I don't know how that will help his game, but it has up against him because he's not in a really good team. But one thing, the good thing about Spurs now, Thomas Frank is their coach. But Frank, I believe, is a good coach.
I believe Thomas Frank is a good coach, in as much as I think Eddie Howe is a good coach as well.
Yeah.
But if you go to the beginning of this video, you will still see to the point that I said I don't think Eddie Howe is that good. I don't know Thomas Frank's level yet.
Thomas Frank is good based on the fact that he took PSG to the wire.
I like
with his sports
coaches.
team.
I like coaches that it's like a natural thing. It's like primary school, secondary school. I like that progressive up.
Yeah.
You went from Brentford, now you're in a bigger club. After Spurs, you may go to another bigger club, because I think, clubs taking risk on a lot of younger managers, like Bayern Munich taking a risk on company, because I'm like, it's because there isn't a lot of that upward movement again.
Yeah.
But it's starting to happen. I think managers like Marco Silva eventually need to have that upward movement.
Yeah.
Iraola, there has to be that upward movement. You can't just keep picking these on, I think because Arteta made it work, everybody thinks it's going to work.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's working. Xabi Alonso, company, he still won the league in the Bundesliga. So
Xabi Alonso has up against him because
okay, let's look at Madrid. Madrid's window too looks like another okay window. Well, Madrid, the windows are never. They already had the good window when they signed their Goulet.
Yeah.
So this window was about fixing defensive issues, hoisting Trent. It sounds mad when you say fixing defensive issues and then you say Trent because
you want to know why.
But
Vasquez is one of the worst right backs in football.
Defending is as much as what you do on the ball, as much as you do off the ball.
Now there's a ping pass. Why do you paying so much like and not Konobadi? Wait, hold on. There's a ping pass diagonal. That was a worldie that he pitched that he gave with. Arnold has that charisma as well. And Vasquez does not have that.
Yeah, that's because football has changed from just running. I don't think Szoboszlai overlapped Salah once.
No.
Once. No. Right? Football has changed from that.
And that thing saved us because if our coach, if Frimpong was fit, we would have suffered that man. He was fit. He's not. It's like a slight injury.
He's got that injury. So what then happens?
But Frimpong is a run and gun type of player. So and if you're not Martinelli, that's not tactic. Martinelli is not good. We are coaching.
Oh God,
we are coaching.
You people always say Martinelli is not good. I don't think. I know.
Martinelli was good in the beginning, but I don't know what Arteta told. I don't know what Arteta look, man. If you don't play well, I'll take away your wife and children.
Yeah, but he has not been playing well. I don't know what
wife and children. But it's like, man,
the style of play has changed to what made Martinelli excel. Martinelli wants to play with space.
Yeah.
So every time you give him the ball and there's no space, he has a problem. Like take that chance. It's not really a chance, but it was the one moment he had Konate one-on-one.
Yeah.
And Gyökeres was running in behind. Yeah. Because his head is down. He doesn't look up. So he can't. It's not his fault. I think it's his fault. No, actually, let me not copy him out. I think it's his fault because he has not sat down and said, I need to remove this out of my game. Right? And I think maybe he has, but it just hasn't worked out. It's things you learn. The things you learn as a kid, they're very hard to break. When he was coming, he came from an academy that was not the highest level. He came from Ituano. It's not like he was coming from Palmeiras. Right? So the coaches were encouraging, put your head down and run. I'm like, nobody was going to tell him don't do that when they needed him to win a game for them. And it's not like the quality of defenders he was going up against. So
very good. Yeah.
But you see, put your head down and run works when they will tell you the ball will be there. All you have to do is run, meet the ball. Now he has to get the ball there. Martinelli can't get the ball there. He needs people to get the ball there. He'll get there.
Yeah.
Style of play has changed. That's the issue. So we've gone and upgraded. So speaking on the transfers, we've got Eze now. Do I think Eze is the perfect signing for Mikel Arteta on that left wing?
Yes.
No. Yes. It sounds crazy. Wait. I said for Mikel Arteta.
Okay.
I didn't say for Arsenal. For Arsenal, he's the perfect signing. For Mikel Arteta, and I'm going to do some selfish plugs. I wrote an article. You can check the link in our bio. I wrote an article about Eze, and I was like, I called it a letter to Eze. And why did I write it as a letter to Eze? Because there's a lot of things that nobody is going to tell him until he gets there, and he's going to see with his own two eyes. Mikel is a very stubborn manager, and there are going to be a lot of things that Mikel is going to tell him to do that he wouldn't naturally do at Crystal Palace. At Crystal Palace, he was the best player on the pitch, but it's not like he didn't do his defensive work. So I don't have a problem there. He was in a small club. Tracking back was never an issue. So coming to Arsenal, tracking back not going to be an issue. Even though we're not a small club, it sounds counterintuitive. But you need your don't go there with me. Don't you go there with me.
Put your Champions League on the table.
This podcast and go home.
Continue. Zen.
Right? So I don't
remember
think
Bayern Munich the 10-2.
My G. We played Bayern Munich with Mikel Arteta and it was 3-2. They won, but you could see there was progress.
Yeah,
I don't have nightmares anymore when I support Arsenal. Those days I used to have. Let's not go back there. So
Nicolas Pepe and co.
Yeah, Nicolas Pepe was not that bad. It was not that bad. Well, he's more like Martinelli as well. But he was a very good dribbler. I think Nicolas Pepe in this team now, this iteration of he would cook. He would cook. But Mikel was going through some shit. He was like, bro, I'm sorry. I don't want to finish it. I have a lot I'm going through. So you gotta go.
Yeah.
So, but look at it now. Eze needs to kind of work under Mikel. Right? I don't know who's going to blink first. I think Mikel is going to blink first because he kind of knows he needs this.
Dynamism,
right? Like the dynamism. Martinelli is still more to what Mikel wants currently. That hug the touchline, go wide. Eze is not going to kick the ball and skin anybody for pace.
It irritates me. Pep does it, and now he's paying for it. You guys don't have to pay for it.
No, that's why he bought Eze. He's sharp. He's seen what has happened and he's like, I'm not going to. I don't have a problem with hug the touchline. Hugging the touchline is supposed to create space for others, right? Not just your striker. Create space for everybody. In a situation now where hug the touchline is not as necessary because players like the team is tweaked, but Eze in particular now, he's going to come in
and go past people.
Yeah. But not in the way initial. You know who would have fit out wide? Gordon.
Yeah.
Gordon can beat his man in those kinds of positions.
Gordon finishing is question mark.
So that's why he's looked at it and he's like, okay, let me go for this Maverick that it might not work, but I have to now, he has to try something different. You saw in the game, there was no time. The only time Eze did something like almost at the byline was because the ball found his way there. He found himself there. And did you see his touch?
Yeah, first was immaculate.
Like, he uses his touch and beats the man. Goes behind him.
I can't like
that was that almost the penalty chance now.
Eze the ball. I feel like if you had Eze in our team crying, we would not be struggling.
But that's why you have vets now.
No, I'm talking about Nigeria.
Nigeria. Oh shit.
Nigeria.
Hey, plug in. Nigeria. You guys can get this jersey too.
Nigeria, like I was feeling topic, but Nigeria's problem is very simple. Our creative, 10 in Nigeria is where we're lacking. We're playing 40 now, and
I think Iwobi fixes that problem.
Iwobi is trying his best, but in Nigeria, African climate doesn't do too well. He's not a Nigerian boy, so that climate change, I think that's our 60 minutes.
Yeah, but do you think Eze is going? Eze would have faced the same problem.
Eze is more impactful than Iwobi. You can't compare it to Eze is like a step above Iwobi. Iwobi is not. I don't say Iwobi is bad.
I think Iwobi has grown from the player that was at Arsenal and Everton. You're right. Eze is still a cut above.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's look at Man United. So switching from Eze, let's switch to the other side. Because it was similar price. Who do you think is the better player? Mbeumo or Eze? Who do you think is the who do you think is the better all-round player?
I would give Eze, but I'll say Mbeumo is more effective for those who are not using.
Now, you know what you give? It's not everybody that gives a right answer out the job. I agree.
See, Mbeumo is more direct. Mbeumo first touch, cut inside, beat his man, shoot. There's no time to like go on the ball, or if you see the pass, you be the pass, or you do a give and go. Mbeumo is a more direct winger, but he does it very, very well. Yeah.
Mbeumo and Madueke.
I prefer Mbeumo. I'm sorry.
I prefer Mbeumo as well, but you know the way you describe Mbeumo is kind of the same thing.
But one thing I'll say, Madueke has good delivery. I've noticed it. Like when he was playing for, he has this cross, very beautiful cross. If he gives your striker those crosses, you eat.
You eat.
You eat.
Okay. Let's branch out a little bit. Bayern Munich signed Luis Diaz. What did you think of Luis? We'll come to Isaac. I think we should finish with Isaac. So
Luis Diaz is a good signing because Sane was badly behaved. Sane was a good player, but his mentality was a problem.
And that's why Galatasaray fits him. That kind of place will fit him.
Those are talks.
God, my dad said the same thing.
They can't be gunman shit there. So for Luis Diaz, he needs the money because not from above to do home. So he's like the breadwinner. He needs the money, extra money, and wants to play. And he'll call it a league. Bayern Munich here. If a fully fit Musiala is there,
I think all three of them fit.
No, Musiala, I think he had.
Yeah, they might have not signed. I think they were always looking for a winger.
Yeah,
on that left side.
A fully fit Musiala in the midfield.
Musiala, Luis Diaz, and Olise.
And
that's another one.
And Harry Kane that looks like he's not slowing down.
And that's because his game was never running behind.
Yeah, Harry Kane is one of my favorite strikers in all football.
Now imagine those three players running past Harry Kane. At Spurs, he had Dele Alli and he had Son. But Eriksen didn't. Eriksen could make those. Now imagine Olise, Musiala, Luis Diaz.
I think
that's frightening.
I think Bayern have a good Champions League season. They say they have a good campaign.
They will have a good campaign.
I want to see Bayern against Barca. That would be cracker.
No, I want to see Bayern against Arsenal.
They'll beat you guys.
No, they're playing us at home.
They'll beat you guys.
I don't think they'll beat us.
Oh, wait and see.
I think I like that because it's not our first game.
One thing I'd say, your defense is probably one of the best in all football that I've seen. I won't just say Arsenal glazing, but I think Arsenal has a solid defense. On a good day, to get goal there is very hard. Except you're a very high creating team,
Even if you're a high creating team, I don't think anybody scored more than 2 goals past us in any season in the last 2 seasons.
Arsenal they are very, very tough to play against.
Yeah, but that's more because Mikel made us. I love that defense, but I want to see how that defense copes with when the reins are let loose.
Yeah.
How would they react? Because Prime Van Dijk under Klopp did a lot of defending.
Yeah.
This Arsenal team does a lot of defending, but they do it as a unit.
Yeah. Even now, Seth, people have this narrative that Van Dijk is worse. Van Dijk is no worse.
I don't think I think he's old.
He's old. But Van Dijk, bro, I like to watch football objectively, yeah? Even as a fan. Van Dijk struggles against the big physical players. Because those guys, them better are like him. So they're younger than him, they're faster.
Okay.
So now, against like reading the game, killing danger.
Of course.
Clearances and headed clearances. Passing out of the back. Crossfield balls.
Yeah.
Van Dijk's influence, there's no defender in the world that can do Van Dijk's team. Maybe who would like Bastoni is close, but he still plays in his team. That's the problem. Bastoni is, but the same profile.
I think age. Because of the way the world works, I told you we spoke about this beginning. Social media has made people very short term.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's not washed. He is going to make more mistakes now because he's older.
Yeah.
Where his mind will react, his body might not react as quick. So it's football now. Come on, we're not immortal.
Sure.
Now I don't have issue with age. I'm like, if you're in your 30s, it's like Salah.
Yeah.
Against us, he was very ineffective.
Bro.
Though he has scored the most goals against us. I think at Anfield or something.
When he met Calafari, he had said, you are killing, man. He did. Calafari really held Salah like,
bro. But that's one thing I was quite impressed with Calafari because last season, defensively, he didn't look like he was on it. This season, it looks like.
Hold on. One thing, players, your first team might not be good, but me, some players here, I cannot doubt that potential. Calafari, one player where I know that he will shine in this league. And funny part is that if I'm Mikel, I would eventually bench Gabriel. If you see why there are mistakes in Gabriel.
Oh, come on, now. That's cliche, guy.
There are mistakes. Hold on. You tried a good thing, but for me, there are mistakes in Gabriel. I have pair Calafri with your Saliba. Then Luis Kelly should not be on the bench. Luis Kelly is too good to be on the bench.
Bro, I have an issue, and I'm going to say it now. That thing of Gabriel has mistakes in him, that's a stereotype in football. When the
I
first
don't rate black
that
centre back.
happened-
I don't rate black. And I'm trying to be racist. I don't rate
Van Dijk is.
Van Dijk is light skin. Van Dijk has no hair and waist. That's not a black man, bro.
Stop that. Stop that. Stop that.
Bro,
Stop
let me
that.
tell you what.
Bro, last 2 seasons, aside from adding goals to his game,
Yeah.
you know, it would have been easy to say goals have kind of overshadowed. Bro, but before he started scoring goals, he had just turned into the type. He turned into a defender I didn't think he could be.
First, I think he has improved. I can see he has improved.
But you know, when you say improved, you kind of take it from, you're still thinking of Gabriel of 5 years ago. He's improved from Gabriel of 3 years ago. Gabriel of 3 years ago was good, right? God damn. I don't want to wax lyrical about this guy because I think all he does speaks for itself. Bro, the biggest compliment I can pay to Gabriel is that he's one of those defenders that I didn't expect was going to be world class, but I can beat my chest and say he's world class. Last season, I think Gabriel was the best. Honest to God, last season, I think Gabriel was the best.
Yes.
Saliba had a few errors in him, and I think he was a little off.
Okay.
But I think he was the best.
Okay.
I think the only thing we didn't talk about was Isaac. And to that point, I think everybody's going to talk. Everybody's going to talk Isaac to death.
Yeah.
So
We all know. He's a gunman.
He's a gunman.
I feel like there are very few gunmen left in football, but Isaac is a gunman.
I think on that point.
Lafia?
No, he's fucking with us.
Yeah, I know.
It's okay. Bro. Thanks so much.
Yeah,
it was good. You know, all of this now, I don't know how I'm going to cut this because he said something and it's so close to when I now said
you can add it to the video, like give it flair. It's not hard.